Okay, so today is just a play day. I've had a frustrating morning trying to get my airline reservations sorted out for our vacation, so I need just a play day just to get my frustration. So I made some stencils this past week. This is an egret and a crow and a few other things, and I'm just going to play with those and maybe the chair ones that I made for a project that I worked on. And then I've got this one from the mass project that I've tried it once and then I redid it. Her little button eye came out. So we might do it again. And then I got this stamp that I made. It's a crow. We'll see. I want to just play because I'm really frustrated. Let's start with the egret. I really like this one. We'll have him face that way. Make sure I get all that gray under where he's going to be. I'm going to use a tissue to get close up to the stencil. You can see the white line there? That's where it's not getting. I'll come down a little for a second so you can see this. See around his head where it's got that white line? Well, if you take your tissue, you can get closer than you can with pushing down with your hand or your brayer. See the white lines in between the feathers? I'm pushing it down, trying to get all that paint out of there. I really do need to fix the leg on this stencil, because I was trying to make it look like a double leg like the photo that I was using, but it just looks like one fat leg, which is not the look I was going for at all. Okay, so I think we pulled up a lot of it. We got something we could use, and I'm just going to pull up a little bit more with a dry paper. Just want a little bit more around it. I want a hint of that gray in the background, but I don't want it crazy. And where I see where I want more pulled up, I just go back and get what I can. It won't all come up because some of it's dry. Especially don't want those edges there, but I don't think they'll show once we go over it with a couple other colors. This I do hate doing vacation. I use Expedia. I probably should use something else, but that's what I was using. And usually they send us an email with our reservations and everything, but I didn't get it this time. I don't know if it's lost. I checked the spam. It wasn't there. So I don't know what the heck happened, but I had to go looking for it. That is particularly frustrating for me. But the good news is I found it. I have our details printed out. So, should be nice. We're going to Maine. I'm looking forward to it. And I'm using weird colors. When I'm frustrated, I just do weird things. Like most people. Get frustrated with travel plans. That is a weird combination. Let's see what it does. Are you ready for this? And it will leave a white outline around it, but what the heck. It's not going in the Louvre, so. Could say that about all my pictures. And I worked a little slow, so hopefully I didn't get a lot of drying on the bottom. I want that blue to come up. So, oh, it's nice and grungy. Wow, it's a hella grungy. I honestly didn't expect that much grunge in it, but I'm liking it. Don't want to rip the paper. Just a tiny rip at the top. I like that. It's different. And I will probably come by with some chalk and fill in the white areas, but I like that. Let's try that again. Only different. Let's do white under the bird. Well, this is awful. Actually, this is Naples yellow. But it's so light. It's kind of a white. Come on, you. And it's warm enough out here. I could have the air on, but then you couldn't hear me, and I don't want to hear that again. And what we're going to do. All right. Now let's get another sheet of, pull this up, especially around the edges first, because I don't want those lines. Let's see how much of this white we can get to come up. Sometimes the whites want to be stubborn. I think that's because there's so much binder in them. And so much pigment to make sure that they come out, because you need them to cover other colors. And look at that, isn't that lovely? Can you see that? The gray from where I had him the other side down came out, came on off underneath it. All right, let's do, I really like this. Well, let's do the blue on the bottom first. Yep, some of these are just not been cleaned off. Well, that was rude. And since I'm not cleaning the brayer in between and not worrying about the colors mixing, you end up with these nice odd combinations. But I like them. Now, if you're trying to get close to it, you really need to go in different directions. And I really did like what this orange did. This is that Indian yellow, I think. Yeah, from Arteza. Oh, I love it. Somebody asked me in a comment, what was that yellow that you used? And unfortunately, when I went and looked, and they were talking about this, and then when I went back to find the comment, I couldn't find out which video it was on. It drives me crazy. I try and answer my comments, at least with a thank you. You know, I might just do that and pull it up quickly. As she says as she's fumbling for her paper. Whoops. Did forget something though, didn't I? I had been using that with just, and I don't have any of pictures here because I put them all up, but I have been being organized lately, so things aren't hanging around. I used it with just a black silhouette, and it's really pretty. Except for that thick leg of his, it's really pretty. I'm still getting white spots because the grunge isn't pulling up evenly. But I'm not mad about it because I really like some of the stuff I'm getting. Gently, gently. Yeah, the grunge is hampering the other colors. Now I don't like where this seemed to go over the beak. I'll lay it down just flat so you can see. But I can fix that. I'll come down a little closer so you can see what I'm talking about. See where the yellow interfered with the beak? I can fix that. I can just come back with some white chalk or something. But I really like that because the background really looks like Everglades to me. Isn't that pretty? And it can be worked with. I don't think I leave anything alone. Hardly ever do I do one and say, "Ooh, I like that just the way it is." That's just not me. And I did like the off-white. So let's go at it with white, because it is not going to be pure white. And most of the egrets around here are white, or those gray ones. I love those gray ones. We used to have one that used to visit our backyard. He doesn't come anymore. It was a few years ago. He's probably not even alive anymore. But we get them, and you'll see them in the ditch along the road. Now, since I'm using a dirty brayer, it's going to be more yellowy than white. And which side do we want to put down? We want to put this side down. No, let's put this side down. That's going to come up weird, but weird is good. Well, I'm going to be able to use these wipe-off papers. Oh, let me get close to the beak and that. In the feathers. Yeah, I think I made the tail feathers too clumpy looking on this. And if you can see, he's supposed to be 2 legs, and I guess I could cut a small section out from between. I'm not really good at cutting small sections, but... yeah, don't you come up, you. Oh, look at that. Can you see that? Can you see how pretty that is? Put that to one side. I might keep that like it is. Now, let's go back. Let's do a different blue. What have I got for blue over here in my bucket? I got some of this. This is that indigo from Amsterdam. It's very dark, so I don't want very much. But it's transparent, so... well, it is dark. It's very, very pretty. And see how you get the white lines where that is? And if you go the other way, it kind of fills it in better. Right next to the stencil. And let's do a different orange. Or maybe a yellow. Maybe a yellow ochre. And then do an orange. It's going to come out kind of greeny because I haven't cleaned the brayer and I don't plan on it. I mean, I swished it off onto a pad, but honestly, that's not cleaning the brayer. Now I'm coming down a little into that blue, just a little. Whoops, went right over it. But actually, I like the way it looks, so I'm not gonna be mad about that. And then let's do a brighter blue at the top. I don't know why. It won't be a brighter blue once this yellow hits it, I think. Well, I might be wrong. And you know what? Something is stuck on this. And I don't know if it's something that was stuck on the brayer. But what we're going to do is we're going to take a tiny bit of gray and go over the top. Because I'm not liking the brightness of that blue at all. And we need to hurry up before the blue at the bottom dries. That toned it down just enough so I'm not upset. Everything looks good. Pull up Mr. Egret, Crane, whatever he is. I don't know, I did it from a photograph on one of those, my sketch came from one of those, there's a lot of sites where the copyright free photos, and this one was, I think it's PMP, Paint My Photo, where people submit their photos for people to make artwork from. And that way they get their stuff seen and known, and we get free artwork, free reference material. And that makes me happy, because I can't go chasing things, and I've taken pictures of these birds before, but never got a good one. And some of those photographs on there are awesome. Just awesome. Okay. Let me see if I can lay this down flat. I wish I had a piece of cardboard here. Right here, piece of cardboard. And I'll show you these. I don't think I'm going to put the pictures at the end. I'll just show them to you now. And I'm going to do one more, and then I'll show you all 4 pictures. But I like the way that one came out. Let me zoom back up again. See, I always forget. That's why I don't like to zoom in. I always forget to zoom back up. But you get the idea. I'm going to do one more. I did 2 stencils that I didn't mean to use together, but I'm going to use them together. I have I have a couple crows, but one that I just did, and I did a video on it when I did it. So let's pull up as much of this as we can get up in the middle. Just want the bird up. I don't care about the stuff on the edges, because that makes fodder for my next one. There we go. That's exactly what I wanted, the whole bird up. Now, we're going to do gray. And I'm just getting rid of those lines on the edge that the brayer makes. We're going to put down this very weird skull. It's supposed to be a mask. And then when I got done, I thought, well, it looks kind of like more a jack-o'-lantern than a mask. And we'll put down Mr. Crow Raven, or whatever he is. We'll take some of that dark. What do I have that's dark? I have black. Put down here, or up there. And I'm going to mix in a little bit of blue. Pick it up on this side. Come on, you. It's not a too dark a blue, but you're only going to see hints of it when I'm done. I'm just pulling it in here and there. Just touching my brayer with it and going back and getting a little bit of it. Now what I don't like is it left a bubble there. I'm going to keep going. And I think I want a little bit of this over the top. A little bit of this. So I want it darker than that, but I want it bluer than that too. And see how the tail, you can see the white lines. I'm going over it different directions to get rid of those white lines so that it hugs right up to the stencil. Now, I'm going to make some texture because I can, but I need to hurry up and all this is stuck together. Just want a little texture. Not trying to get specific here. A little bit of texture there. And the old standby texture up here. Ooh, that goes right down to the grunge in places. All right, now I need to pull these up. It's going to be the fun part. There's one. And I have a piece of plastic up there that is intended to put these on, but because you got to be careful. You lay these stencils down, they're going to stick together. Halloween mode, full force. And this will be my last one for this session. I need to go in and get some iced coffee. And of course I put the paper on crooked, but that's okay, I can trim it. It doesn't have really a rim anyways. I wonder if I can get a... Ooh. How funny. The crow actually, as you can see, took up the color, and the skull didn't, even though that is odd. How odd. But the crow was used, and that's the thing. The crow stamp I used a lot, and I don't think I'd used this, at least that side of that one before. So that's what that was. This was the clean side pulling up all the paint. See, using these stencils and stamps, you use them a few times, they get better and better. All right, there's that one. That's number 4. There's this one, which I'm liking. I think I'm gonna take pastels to this one. This real grungy one that I love. I love that. I don't know what I'm going to do to that one. Okay, and then there's that one. I really like how this does look like, it looks like a jungle or a swamp scene. Really nice. Well, I don't think I'm going to put the pictures at the end of this video because you've just seen, and I've only done 4. So thank you very much for viewing my video. Like if you like it, subscribe if you want to see more, and you have a nice day.